Have you ever strolled through your garden, feeling proud of the vibrant foliage and colorful blooms, yet frustrated by the relentless pests munching away at your hard work? You're not alone. Every gardener faces aphids, caterpillars, beetles, and mosquitoes that seem impossible to stop. But what if your garden could defend itself naturally? No chemicals, no sprays, no constant vigilance. That's exactly what companion planting offers. This ancient technique involves growing plants side by side so they support one another. Some enhance growth, some attract pollinators, and others release natural scents or oils that deter pests. Today, we'll uncover 10 of the most effective companion plants that act as natural pest repellents. These botanical allies quietly protect your vegetables, flowers, and herbs, helping your garden grow stronger, healthier, and more vibrant, without harmful chemicals. So pour yourself a cup of tea, relax, and let's explore the world of natural garden defense. 1. Marigolds, the garden sentinel. If there's one plant every gardener should have for natural protection, it's the marigold. With their bright, cheerful blooms and strong aroma, marigolds aren't just decorative, they're powerful pest deterrents. Their scent, while pleasant to us, is intolerable to many garden invaders. Marigolds release compounds called thiophenies, which repel aphids, whiteflies, thrips, and even root-damaging nematodes. Plant them near tomatoes, peppers, beans, or cabbage, and they act like tiny underground bodyguards, protecting roots and soil health. The benefits don't stop there. Marigold's aroma also keeps mosquitoes, rabbits, and deer at bay, making them ideal as a border plant for garden beds or pathways. At the same time, they attract beneficial insects like ladybugs, lacewings, and hoverflies, which naturally feed on pests and create a balanced ecosystem in your garden. Marigolds are also incredibly easy to grow. They thrive in full sun, tolerate poor soil, and bloom continuously from spring to frost. French marigolds are compact and perfect for edging, while African varieties grow taller with striking flowers that make a bold statement. A classic pairing is marigolds with tomatoes. They deter nematodes while enhancing tomato growth and yield. You can even plant them in containers alongside herbs like basil or mint to repel mosquitoes near patios or balconies. In short, marigolds are vibrant, resilient, and endlessly useful. They don't just brighten your garden, they defend it, attract pollinators, and create a natural shield that keeps your plants thriving season after season. 2. Petunias, the cheerful protectors. If flowers had personalities, petunias would be the energetic, diligent guardians of the garden. Bright, bold, and endlessly cheerful, these blooms quietly fend off pests while adding a splash of color. Petunias are natural insect repellents, discouraging aphids, tomato hornworms, leafhoppers, asparagus beetles, and squash bugs. Their subtle fragrance masks the chemical cues pests rely on to locate plants, making petunias effective bodyguards when planted near tomatoes, peppers, potatoes, or beans. They're also low maintenance and versatile. Petunias love full sun, well-drained soil, and regular deadheading to encourage continuous blooms. They can cascade gracefully over containers, fill garden beds with upright color, or hang in baskets around your vegetable patches. Beyond pest control, petunias instantly enhance the visual appeal of any garden. Deep purples, vibrant pinks, and crisp whites create a lively, cheerful atmosphere while performing their silent protective duties. With petunias, your garden gains both beauty and natural defense, working quietly and effectively to keep your plants safe and thriving. 3. Calendula. At first glance, calendula might seem like just another cheerful, sunny flower, but don't be deceived. Beneath its bright orange and golden petals lies a hard-working garden guardian. Calendula's slightly sticky stems and leaves produce a natural resin that most pests find intolerable. Aphids, whiteflies, thrips, and even root-invading nematodes tend to steer clear. If you've ever struggled with invisible soil pests damaging your crops, planting calendula nearby can provide significant protection, but calendula does more than repel the bad guys. It also attracts beneficial insects like ladybugs and hoverflies that prey on harmful pests, creating a self-balancing ecosystem in your garden. And here's a bonus. Calendula is edible and medicinal. Its petals can be used in teas, salads, or as a soothing salve for minor skin irritations. So, while it defends your garden, it also provides beauty, flavor, and healing benefits. Plant calendula near tomatoes, carrots, or asparagus and watch as your garden transforms. Hardy, self-seeding, and among the earliest bloomers in spring, it often stays vibrant until the first frost, offering reliable protection throughout the growing season. 4. Borage. With its star-shaped blue flowers and soft, fuzzy leaves, borage might look delicate, but it's a powerhouse in the garden. This versatile herb works wonders for pest control, pollination, and soil health. Borage releases a subtle cucumber-like scent that deters tomato hornworms, cabbage worms, and some beetles. Its dense, slightly prickly foliage also acts as a natural barrier, making it harder for crawling pests to reach your crops. The real magic, though, comes from its ability to attract pollinators. Bees absolutely adore borage, which produces abundant nectar, earning it the nickname bee bread. By drawing pollinators, borage boosts fruit and seed production for nearby plants such as strawberries, tomatoes, and zucchini. Borage also enriches the soil naturally. Its deep roots pull minerals like potassium and calcium from lower layers, depositing them closer to the surface as the plant decays. This process improves soil fertility over time, benefiting all surrounding plants. Self-seeding and hardy, borage is a perennial-like companion in practice. Plant it once and it often returns year after year, adding vibrant blue blossoms, attracting pollinators, and keeping your garden ecosystem balanced and thriving. 5. Tansy. If you want a bold, attention-grabbing plant that practically shouts, "Pests, stay away!" Tansy is the one to grow. Used for centuries as a natural insect deterrent, Tansy's camphor-like fragrance and potent volatile oils make it particularly effective against ants, flies, fleas, mosquitoes, cabbage worms, and even Japanese beetles. Visually, it's striking. Tall, fern-like foliage topped with bright yellow button flowers, almost like a wild daisy with a warrior's spirit. Many gardeners place it along fences or at the back of vegetable beds to create a scented, protective barrier. A word of caution: tansy can spread aggressively if left unchecked, and its leaves are toxic to pets and livestock if ingested in large amounts. With regular trimming, however, it will reward you by keeping your garden largely pest-free. It's especially valuable near cabbage, broccoli, or squash, where caterpillars and flies are common. Dried flowers can even be used indoors to naturally repel ants and moths, making tansy a versatile protector for both garden and home. 6. Rue. Rue is a plant shrouded in history and mystery, aromatic, elegant, and incredibly useful. For centuries, it has been prized not only for its distinctive blue-green foliage, but also for its natural pest-repelling abilities. Its strong, sharp scent, slightly medicinal or bitter, is unbearable to flies, mosquitoes, aphids, and even deters curious cats and dogs from digging in your garden beds. Rue is one of the rare plants that protects against both insects and animals. It thrives in poor, dry soil and full sun, perfect for spots where other plants struggle. Its finely divided leaves give it a delicate, lacy texture, while its small, yellow flowers attract pollinators without inviting unwanted pests. Handle rue with care, though. Its sap can cause mild skin irritation when exposed to sunlight, so gloves are recommended during pruning or harvesting. Plant rue near roses, figs, or raspberries, and you'll notice a marked drop in aphids, beetles, and other common garden pests. With its silver-green elegance and practical protective powers, rue is a quietly majestic guardian for any garden. 7. Chives. At first glance, chives might seem like delicate, slender green stalks, but don't let their modest appearance fool you. These unassuming herbs are silent protectors in your garden, armed with one of nature's most effective pest-repelling tools: their strong, onion-like aroma. Closely related to onions and garlic, chives, Allium schoenoprasum, produce sulfur compounds that release a scent many pests can't tolerate. Aphids, Japanese beetles, carrot flies, and mites all tend to avoid areas where chives grow. Planting them near roses, carrots, tomatoes, or even apple trees can naturally reduce pest pressure. Gardeners often report that chives not only help keep aphids away from roses, but also subtly enhance the flower's fragrance over time. Chives aren't just practical, they're visually appealing too. In late spring to early summer, they produce round clusters of purple-pink flowers that attract bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, enriching the garden's ecosystem while adding pops of color. These perennials return year after year with minimal care. They thrive in full sun with well-drained soil, and a light trim after flowering promotes fresh, tender growth. Ideal for both garden health and culinary use. And speaking of the kitchen, chives are a versatile herb. Their mild, oniony flavor enhances eggs, soups, potatoes, salads, and more. By planting chives, you gain both a natural pest repellent and a continuous source of flavorful, homegrown herbs. To maximize their benefits, scatter chives throughout vegetable beds or along garden borders. Their fine texture contrasts nicely with broad-leaved crops like lettuce or cabbage, and their scent subtly shields nearby plants from hungry insects. Let them self-seed if you like. They form a fragrant, protective border almost on their own. In short, chives are small but mighty. An elegant, resilient, and practical addition that quietly works to keep pests at bay while enhancing the beauty and productivity of your garden. 8. Catnip. Most people know catnip, Nepeta as a feline favorite, but in the garden, it's a potent pest-repelling powerhouse. This member of the mint family produces a distinctive minty lemon scent that drives many insects away, while simultaneously delighting cats. The secret weapon is nepetalactone, the compound that gives cats their euphoric reactions. Interestingly, this natural chemical can repel mosquitoes more effectively than DEET, the active ingredient in most commercial repellents. Simply brushing past catnip releases its oils into the air, forming an invisible barrier that mosquitoes, flies, and gnats avoid. Catnip's powers don't stop with mosquitoes. It also deters aphids, squash bugs, ant colonies, and flea beetles. Plant it near cucumbers, pumpkins, zucchini, or squash, and you'll confuse pests and protect your crops from hungry insects. For gardeners struggling with squash bugs or flea beetles, catnip can make a noticeable difference. Growing catnip is easy. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, whether in the ground, raised beds, or containers. Occasional trimming keeps it tidy, and using pots or hanging baskets can prevent it from spreading uncontrollably, or protect it from cats if you want to preserve it for pest control. When catnip blooms in early to mid-summer, its lavender-white flowers attract pollinators, adding even more value to your garden. Even when not flowering, its gray-green foliage provides a lovely textural contrast among brighter plants. For evening outdoor enjoyment, catnip planted near patios, doors, or seating areas naturally repels mosquitoes and flies, eliminating the need for sprays or candles. And if you share your garden with cats, just plant extra. One patch for them and one for pest control. In essence, catnip is a dual-purpose garden ally, adored by felines, loathed by insects. Easy to grow, fragrant, and highly effective, it's a practical, enjoyable way to protect both your garden and your outdoor living spaces. 9. Oregano. Oregano may be best known as the aromatic herb that flavors pizzas and Mediterranean dishes, but it's also a quiet powerhouse in the garden. Its secret weapon lies in its essential oils, particularly carvacrol and thymol, which emit a pungent aroma that most pests find unbearable. Aphids, spider mites, and even ants tend to steer clear of areas where oregano grows. Meanwhile, beneficial pollinators like bees and butterflies happily visit its small pink-purple flowers, keeping your garden lively and balanced. Oregano is exceptionally low maintenance. It thrives in full sun, tolerates poor soil, and once established, becomes drought-resistant, practically taking care of itself. Its spreading habit creates a living ground cover, shading soil to reduce weeds and help retain moisture. Planting oregano near tomatoes, peppers, or eggplants can reduce pest problems and even subtly enhance the flavor of your crops. A double bonus for your garden and your kitchen. Even beginner gardeners will find oregano forgiving. Occasional trimming, letting it flower, and minimal care are all it needs to reward you year after year, both as a culinary staple and as a natural pest deterrent. 10. Dill. Dill may look delicate with its feathery foliage and fine stems, but it's one of the most versatile allies in a pest-resistant garden. This airy herb plays a dual role. It deters harmful insects while attracting beneficial ones, making it invaluable for vegetables and flowers alike. Dill's fresh, tangy scent confuses and repels pests such as spider mites, cabbage loopers, and aphids. Crops like cabbage, broccoli, kale, and Brussels sprouts, all common targets for caterpillars and moths, benefit when dill is nearby. Gardeners often describe dill as a decoy plant, luring pests away from vulnerable crops. At the same time, dill flowers serve as a feast for helpful insects. Ladybugs, lacewings, parasitic wasps, and hoverflies all rely on dill's nectar and pollen. These natural predators actively control pest populations. For example, parasitic wasps lay eggs inside aphids and caterpillars, while hoverflies devour aphids. The airy yellow umbels of dill not only attract these allies, but also add a soft, golden charm to the garden, creating a natural cottage garden feel. Dill pairs particularly well with cabbage, lettuce, onions, cucumbers, asparagus, and sweet corn. But it's best kept away from carrots and tomatoes, which it can stunt if planted too closely. It grows easily in full sun with well-drained soil, self-seeds effortlessly, and requires minimal watering once established. Letting a few plants go to seed ensures a continuous cycle, providing both garden protection and seeds for culinary use. In the kitchen, dill's benefits are just as impressive. Its fresh leaves flavor pickles, fish, soups, and salads, while dried seeds add a warm, earthy spice. The trick is to let some plants bloom for pollinators while keeping others trimmed for continuous harvest, balancing garden defense with fresh herbs for the table. In short, dill is a multitasking marvel. It wards off pests, attracts helpful insects, beautifies your garden, and flavors your meals, all with little effort. Plant it once, let it work its magic, and you'll see why dill is a perennial favorite among gardeners seeking both efficiency and charm.